Together in angry protest against immigration policies. They tried to shut down ICE operations today, but did they succeed? It's our top story tonight. Good evening. I'm Garcia Michaelian.
And I'm Frank Somerville. In the end, the students didn't shut down ICE headquarters in San Francisco, but they did end up shutting down several BART stations. KTVU's Kara Jones is live tonight in San Francisco with more on why the students were protesting and what BART's doing to keep any more stations from being closed. Kara?
Well, Frank, there were about 600 people out here earlier. We can show you now a smaller group that still remains here trying to block the entrance here to ICE headquarters. This protest has remained peaceful for the most part this afternoon after a much more disruptive morning. With painted faces and passionate pleas, students from around the Bay Area crowded both entrances of ICE headquarters.
We're determined to sit here until business shuts down because we're not going to allow any vans to go out today.
They were protesting federal immigration policies and 17 raids last week that resulted in indictments of 29 people, some of whom were charged with murder, attempted murder, and drug trafficking.
The violent raids that happened last week, we've had it. We've just had it. We've tried everything. We tried asking, but the way that they've raided the homes, they've separated and traumatized children from their parents, and it's just really inhumane.
We're saying stop the raids, stop the deportation, stop the separation of families, the criminalization of the youth, and the criminalization of the workers.
The protests remained peaceful despite a major shakeup at 3 BART stations just after 9 this morning. 2 Oakland stations and 1 in Richmond were temporarily shut down after protesters jumped the fare gates. 3 were arrested.
They didn't have any money and they were willing to come to this action to speak out about what's going on in their community, the frustration that they're feeling, by any means necessary.
All the stations were reopened by noon. Carolyn Norris says she was stranded among 300 others who never made it to the protest because of the closures.
I feel like it's unconstitutional, and we're about to have an election, and it's a time for young people to be getting involved. They shouldn't be forcing young people out of the city. They should be welcoming them to exercise their rights.
Police kept close watch on the students all afternoon, as some remain determined to use both the transit lines and these front lines to get their message across.
I'm prepared to be here as long as they can, as long as my body can last, and then some.
And BART police say they will be increasing patrols tonight, watching all of these students as they head home tonight, making sure the evening commute runs much smoother than this morning. Meanwhile, ICE officials tell us that last week's raids were both illegal and justified. Live in San Francisco, Kara Jones at KTVU Channel 2 News.